Right here with St John's captain Harper Mills. How are we going, Harper?
Yeah, going well. Good, thanks.
Bit of a mixed bag this season, but what areas have you guys improved on so far?
Yeah, well, I know it's been a couple of tough games, but we've always kept our heads up. So the boys are getting better in our shape and getting up front. So yeah, going well.
And personally, yourself as well as Ben Parnwell managed to make the Chiefs under 18 camp this week. How did you guys get on there?
Yeah, really good. Both of us really enjoyed it, and yeah, we're really thankful for the opportunity. Yeah.
Any particular players to look out for this week today? Sorry.
Oh yeah, I guess Coach just got his cap today, so he'll be ready to fly today. Yeah.
All right. Best of luck for today, Harper.
Yeah,
Cheers.
thank you. Thank you very much.
Right here with St John's captain Harper Mills. How are we going, Harper?
Yeah, going well. Good, thanks.
Bit of a mixed bag this season, but what areas have you guys improved on so far? Right here with St John's captain Harper Mills. How are we going, Harper?
Yeah, going well. Good, thanks.
Bit of Kia ora, nau mai, haere mai, tulawhalawa, maloa lei, ki rana. Welcome to St John's College, Hamilton and Kirikiriroa for an inter-holiday break. What I find my words, I don't think I've improved since earlier today. Between the home sides, the defending Central North Island champions, St John's College, Hamilton, and the current Super 8 leaders, Palmerston North boys. My name is Bevan Jenkinson. Can't get rid of Andrew Verco, he's back with me today. How are we doing, Andrew?
Morning, Bev. It's nice to be with you as always. Yep, you can't get rid of me.
Well, I paid you $50 today, so...
I'm a hard man to lose, to be fair.
We've got Quinn Snowden, who's managed... What did you say, Quinn? 3 places you've injured your finger. Doing camera today is Voldemort's still overseas. No huckers, but a bit of a capping presentation going on. I do apologise, I actually did a interview of both captains, Alex Palazzo and Harper Mills. So I was going to say I've forgotten his name again, but I can only get out the Harper Mills interview, so I do apologise about that. Andrew, what are we looking at for St John's today?
So, a fairly consistent lineup here again today for St John's. The big men up front, Jaden Kurulala, Ben Parnell and Alistair Kufusi. And the locks, the ever familiar pairing of Tane Maraheda and James Ticklepenny. In the back row, Kina Ahapenny, Harper Mills the captain of course, and Jack Brosnan, your number 8. In the back line, Angus Spillman wears the number 9 jersey today alongside Jacob Stone-Pern, Lizelle Tavanga, Ollie Penfold, Koso Mawaya, Tama Korahiki, Aston Rangatortia. And Tama Korahiki Feki at fullback.
And alright for the Super 8 leaders, when I find what I did with their team list. Oh, no, okay. TJ Wallace, Flynn White and Sarah Katami, Langi in the front row, Ollie Reid and Clark Sutcliffe in the second row of the scrum, Kisioni, Maasi and Viliami Rangakea, Tupou, and at the back and also captain Alex Palazzo. Henry Speedy and Bailey Nato Crib make up 9 and 10 in the centres, Eric Miller, Tiwano, Winiata Inoka, and on the wings Charlie Robbie and Mania Rudolph, and at the back son of former One Test All Black, Paul Steinmetz, it is Mika Steinmetz.
And we're underway here today in Hamilton with St John's kicking off down towards the dip here at St John's College Hamilton, and that one has gone into touch over on the right hand side, which will give us in fact it's gone directly into touch, so we're going to go back for a scrum on halfway.
Yeah, interesting. One thing I noticed about this Palmerston North boys team, 6th 2 years ago in Super 8, 5th in last year in the Super 8, this year with 10 of their starting 15 today being year 13, they currently lead with 5 games undefeated.
It's a pretty good year for Palmerston North boys high.
I think they also lead their poll in the football Super 8. I think they lost the final in the cricket Super 8 this year. There's 14 sports that the Super 8 is contested in.
Incredible. I couldn't even name you 14 sports, Bev, as the first scrum goes down.
Yeah, I had a bit of a walk on it earlier and it's a little bit squidgy, as you'd expect with a lot of rain around it. Kickoff has brought the rain in too.
Yeah, tell us about the overhead conditions, Bev.
There's a lot of blue sky out towards the Waikato University, if you are familiar here with St John's. But I think that's where the weather's going than coming, unfortunately.
And a bit of light rain falling at the moment as we have the scrum after the reset. The ball in the hands of Henry Speedy from Palmerston North.
Yeah, head boy of the hostel and deputy head boy of the school. And it's the other way round. No, I haven't written that out, sorry. For one of the other players. Head boy of the school and deputy of the hostel.
So obviously carries a bit of responsibility with him, the young halfback. And he's got a pretty important job right now, getting the ball into the in between the big men. So we have our third crack at the scrum, and we're underway this time. It's a good start from Palmy, good shove on. They've got some good go forward ball at their backs, and it's quickly shuffled on from Ngatai Crib. Got a good breakaway down the outside by Eric Miller, and still in position now. Palmerston North boys up inside and over the 22 into the red zone of St John's. There's big numbers out here to the left if they can find them. It's in the hands of the centre, Winiata Anoka, and he straightens again, goes for a hole, and that'll be the first try of the morning. YouTube.
Yeah, pretty easy line break there from Palmerston North. They opened it up, and then just a couple of the St John's players there from the step was wrong-footed and lost their footing as well. But a pretty easy start here from Palmerston North boys.
Yeah, it all came off the back of that good set-piece work from the big man of Palmerston North. As the conversion goes over, 7 points to 0. Palmerston North boys lead early over St John's College Hamilton. But yeah, it's a good strong scrum, but it gave the pivot Ngatai Crib some good go forward ball. Found Eric Miller on his outside and nicely finished off by Tawano Winiata Anoka. So the restart from St John's College in the hands of Jacob Stone-Perd. And it's a good jump there high from Ollie Reid for Palmerston North. And it's straight out to Ngatai Crib again. Into centre field now. There's a knock on here in centre field. So St John's first opportunity now inside the half of Palmerston North.
Yeah, this will be about trying to get the right footing on that front row as well as the lock supporting and get a steady platform. Got a 5-1 split to the right here.
Yes, they'll ideally be hoping for some good go forward ball. Yeah, off the set piece. There's the ball's fed in by Spellman. It's a messy outcome here for St John's, and Spellman's been met at the base of the scrum there. And some heavy contact has led him to spill the ball forward.
Yeah, good pressure from the forward pack from Palmy.
Yeah, I think it might have been. I think it was possibly their Rongakia Tupou breaking off there and coming round like a good open side.
Yeah, well, it's a 22 or 23 man game these days, Andrew. Who's the referee for this one?
So Tyler Wright's the man with the whistle here today. He's had a good year refereeing in the mighty Waikato. He's made the Premier panel this year for the first time. And I think he had a Super 8 game the other week, so he's up with some of the best the Waikato has to offer.
And he's young, which is great to see as well. Just seen a comment on the video. No, this is the only game I'm doing today. There's no Chiefs under 20 or under 18 game that I'm aware of.
So another good stable platform for Palmy boys, and it's hasn't quite the execution that
I think both teams
Ngatai Crib was hoping for.
Struggling to get into this game at the moment and set something to build on. It's been a couple of weeks. It was Martiniki Thursday that St John's played their last game. Unfortunately, the game that they were going to play last week got cancelled. Whereas Palmerston North boys, I believe, travelled down to Wellington to take on Wellington College during the first week of term break.
Well, I've done a bit of travelling then, all over the North Island. And another strong scrum from Palmerston North here, making it really difficult for Spellman at the back.
Yeah, I think this one's early engaged, what do you call it, from the flank? I'm really struggling today, aren't I?
You're struggling for words today, Bev. Early break from the open side, was it? Is that what you're claiming?
Bind is what I was talking about. I'll eventually find my
There
words.
you go. So a line out now for St John's. It's a good clearance down into the left-hand pocket here. About 8 metres out from the Palmerston North boys goal line. And Ben Pardwell will have his first opportunity to throw into the line out. And it's clipped off the top. And it's been knocked on though by Palmy North.
Yeah, I think it was their number 4 there, Ollie Reid, year 11. So newer to the team. It might have just knocked that one on in the contest.
So another opportunity for St John's. A scrum this time. Palmerston North boys have been putting on pressure though at scrum time. They'll just want to lock in here and try and get the ball out to their backs that are lined up here to the right. And that's a bit of scrum for St John's. It's in the hands of Stone Pern, and he takes on the line. Just needs some support though. And the forwards get there, retain the ball. Over to Kufusi, I think, in the headgear. Oh, it might be Manaheader, sorry, as it's a strong tackle on Tavaga, but they'll come back for the penalty. No, it is Kufusi in the headgear.
It is too. I've never seen him wear headgear, and I know Tane does.
Ben
So
stitched me up. Jeebus, Ben, you're on poor form today, mate.
I am. I've even got the score as 9-0.
We apologise for our mate Bev. A quick tap taken here by St John's College by Ahapini. Only a couple of metres on, just up to the 5 metre line now. Strong tackle there though from Palmerston North boys. Comes out the back for Spellman. Here's a little dart round the side, and he's met from strong defence from Ollie Reid. So they rumble round the edge again. Penalty under penalty advantage again here, St John's. And like to hit back and level the score up early, I'm sure. Only 2 metres away from the goal line now. Another duck round the outside. Goes close, but short. Hard to see who's got the ball in there at the moment. They'll come back for the penalty. Not rolling away.
Yeah, that's
Tackle.
3 penalties for the game for St John's. Palmer yet to get one themselves.
2 down on this danger zone too as they tap and go again.
It's exactly what Quinn wanted them to do.
Held at the base of the ruck here for St John's. They're going to try and muscle their way over here. Defence is up to the task at the moment from Palmerston North with Ahapini. Only a metre away now as they go around the side. Oh, it's another penalty advantage here. Dangerous times for Palmerston North boys. Here comes Kufusi in the headgear. And it's a penalty for offside, I think. Yep. We're going to have a double pump here from the referee's whistle.
Well, as you and I know, as the older referees as such, all about game management, and especially when there's been a lot of pressure from St John's, where Palmy are giving away the penalties. So just a bit of a quick word to them, just say, look, discipline's key here. No referee likes to go to their pocket, but don't want to be forced to either.
That's 3 penalties in quick succession down inside this red zone. So you're asking for trouble. But discipline so far is Kufusi takes it quick, but he's lost it. The Palmerston North boys' defence holds true. And now they'll look to clear it away. It's in the back there with the old box kick from Speedy. It's a great clearance from the young halfback.
Yeah, great win there from Palmerston North. As I was saying in my last bit, they were conceding a few penalties and needed to be careful with their discipline. This time, though, it was St John's that knocked it on. And look, we've had nearly 12 minutes of the game that's gone, We've only had 3 handling errors in this, in what is not easy conditions. The rain has stopped, but that pitch is going to be that bit muddier.
Yes, and the ball a little bit greasy, just that with that rain just on at the beginning of the game. There's good line out win this time for St John's. Spellman clears it quickly into Tavaga in centre field, and he's held up in a crunching tackle from Palmerston North. It's still with St John's. It's Tickle Penny, I think, this time. Spellman goes to Kafusi. He's had lots of early touches in this game. He is strong in contact. It's in the hands of Stone Pern. This time with Mana header. Just gets over the advantage line. Now with Stone Pern. There's some numbers out wide, but can't quite connect. And it's Ollie Penfold has to go back and clean up. Stone Pern plays halfback. It's in the hands of Tavaga. It almost breaks through the first line. Well tackled there by Palmy North. I think that was the number 1. Wallace that made that tackle. It's a crunching tackle there from Palmy North. This time from the number 8, I think. The captain, Palazzo. It's kicked up centre field by Stone Pern, and it's going to be returned served by Steinmetz. It's going to go about 5 metres out from the St John's goal line. The clearing kick now from Korahiki Feki. So a moral win there for Palmy North. They've got the ball down now inside St John's College Hamilton half. And they'll start their ball work now up towards the 22. It's good structure to it. And now it comes away to the left, but it's been left behind and snaffled up by St John's. And there's numbers to the right if they can find it. Oh, great cover defence though.
A penalty here.
Ollie Penfold couldn't quite find the man on the outside, and it was good rushing defence there from the winger from Palmerston North, Charlie Robert, just to shut that down. Charlie Robbie, my apologies to the Robbie family.
Yeah, interesting thing with this Palmerston North boys team. Charlie Robbie is actually a Scottish exchange student. He's come back with Nehi Maisua, who spent the New Zealand summer in Scotland.
Wow, okay. He's quite tall. He's quite got a bit of presence about him for a winger, hasn't he? He's quite a big lad. Strong looking. And St John's have a line out on halfway, and that's another good clean line out win for them. And into centre field goes Maraheda off the line out. Spellman now. Oh, it's a crunching tackle there. It's in the hands of Parnwell now. And St John's rumbling up now into Palmerston North boys territory on the 10 metre line. They go again. Oh, man flew out of the line there. And not a clear release at the tackle there. Another penalty for St John's.
This is the first time I've actually seen Tyler in person. Not that I've seen him any other way, but I'm quite impressed by him. By his refereeing, seems his signals, his whistles are clear. His signals are as well. I've heard him talk a few times, even, and we're probably 50 odd metres away from where he was.
Yeah, he's been a good young referee for a number of years, and he's been tracking well and into the Premier panel this year. So he's certainly got all the tools. As Parnwell throws again, but this time it's well claimed by, I think, Ollie Reid there. Got up and poached one for Palmerston North. He's had a strong start to the game, the number 4. And it'll be cleared away now by Natai Crib. And it's well taken at the back by Runga Tutia. Met with some rushing defence here from Palmy, but St John's have done well to get numbers behind the ball, and they've retained. Oh, it's a good inside ball. Couldn't quite hold on to it though.
Yeah, the idea there was right. Just again, lack of execution in both these teams. It's probably going to take them most of this first half to get used to the conditions. I was going to say there's a bit of cloud around, but it's only really white cloud more than anything. So there's a stoppage for some reason. Andrew, any ideas? I can't see anything. I know I'm standing right in front of you.
Yeah, you're just asking me the impossible question there, Ben. I think, not quite sure, but we're setting for the scrum now. Might have been a shoelace and back play or something. As Speedy feeds for Palmy North to Ngatai Crib. And he's going to try a 50-22 here by the looks of it. And, oh, just kept in. Great work there at the back from Mawaya. And
even better return.
Korahiki Fiki with a great boot on him. It's taken quickly though by Palmerston North. It's in the hands of Robbie now, and he shuffles it on to the centre. Winiata Anoka, the try scorer for Palmy North. And they're on attack again. Round the outside comes Maasi. And another penalty going against Palmerston North Boys High.
Yeah, I think that's actually against the centre, Winiata Anoka. As I think Alex Palazzo, the captain, has been called out here for another. That's just another friendly chat.
Looks like it might be against the number 2 here, Flynn White.
We're not mic'd up, but I believe he's pushed someone well off the ball.
So, gets the run of play there. St John's College, Hamilton, with a penalty. An opportunity to boot this down inside Palmerston North boys half. And they do. Just on the 10-metre line.
I got my earphones on, just listening to the sound and making sure we sound as delicate as we always do. But especially what I was saying about the about Tyler's whistle, that one, his whistle for that penalty came through very clear.
Good loud whistle. And that's a good throw there from Pardwell. Oh, he's done well to juggle that.
Not sure how.
You do well in the slip corner there. What a great little palm and catch in the hands of Stone Pern. Good little shuffle on there from Kuralala. They keep going left here. Tavaga now. He takes on the line. He's met with strong defence again, and Palmy North have got themselves over the ball there. Good turnover.
Yeah, the only non-year 13 player in this forward pack is Ollie Reid, who's year 11. Very experienced, and when I was talking in that interview with Alex, he said, yeah, that has been one of their keys for the fact that, they do have that experience behind them.
Yeah, it certainly shows, doesn't it? Just those little things, those 1%ers, getting to the tackle where the player's a little bit isolated. And that line out, not the cleanest, but Palmerston North have come away with it. And straight round the outside. And finds a man on the outside, Robbie. And he's got too much gas.
Yeah, he spotted Hartwell, what I thought was at least half a hole there. Went through it, glided through it pretty well. And just good ball play in the end, using the player on the outside. We'll have a look in the replay here. But it came from that line out just over the top. It was a bit unlucky actually. Palmy didn't take it cleanly, but bounced them well. It was a great dummy and go. Then, as I said, just a wide out ball.
Yeah, it's sort of the space sort of opened up there for the might have been the number 8, was it? That came off the back there and zipped around. And he set up the outside man perfectly.
As the conversion is successful from Ngātai Crib, and 14-0 Palmerston North lead over St John's. 20 minutes gone first half. I have to, pump myself up here, mate, but I love that. I love that transition I've done, and I think I'm going to stick with it. Having both logos there. Some are that talented; they just use one logo for each team, and have their replay going up quicker. But no, I'm pretty impressed.
It's a very good transition, Bev.
Yeah.
Very impressed with your technical work. You're always doing hard work for our community behind the scenes, which we appreciate. It's a great little hand in there from, I think, Brosnan to claim that one back for St John's. There's a replacement on the ground, actually, 21 for St John's, Riley Eagles at halfback. There's a little chip through there on the far side. Palmerston North boys have got back, clean up, and now they're going to run it from deep inside their half.
All of a sudden our population's gone on a boost here, Andrew.
Yes, the rain's come back over again. It'll make the ball slippery again for the players out there. Runga Tutia with the ball and couldn't quite link up with Eagles there, but he's done well to regain his feet. In the hand of, in fact, that was two replacement players on it. No, that was Penfold, in fact. So back in the hands of Korahiki Feki. Right on the halfway line now. Eagles puts up the old up and under. Fine, looking for a bit of space in behind. He has found space. As Rudolph goes back for Palmerston North. Tricky one to pick up on the greasy conditions. The ball going in behind you. But Palmerston North have done well again. It's those effort plays that they've been very good in this game so far. And now they've got a penalty there. Tackle player not rolling away. Slowing ball down.
Yeah, just a little bit of a light dusting of rain coming through, Andrew. I suppose we should pay mention to those in the... Well, all around the country, because all around the country's got rain the last couple of days, but especially the Tasman-Marlborough area that's not had a good couple of weeks.
Yes, it's been some atrocious weather conditions. Our thoughts go out to those people affected. The flooding. There's that one's lost off the top this time by Reed. And it's in the hands of St John's now. 30 metres out from the Palmerston North goal line. Comes into the hands of Parnwell. It's a good strong carry from the captain. No, from the number 2. Roger. So they go wide this time in the hands of Penfold. Picks it up well. Oh, Korahiki Feki on the inside. It's met in a strong tackle. And couldn't quite execute to Runga Tutia on the outside.
Yeah, St John's College Empire Concrete are trying to play an expensive game, but I think you've got to earn the right to do that, especially in these conditions. And the execution just hasn't been 100% lately.
Palmerston North now with the ball as they go upfield.
Sir. Excuse me.
Good strong ball here from Palmerston North. In the hands of Speedy now. He finds Ngātai Crib with a good outside ball, but hard to execute in these slippery conditions.
No, that's right.
And we've got two knock-ons here.
I'm holding tough. I can play weather to weather. It's not bad.
That was actually picked up on the mic, sir, so, you know, own it. I was just trying to advise one of the more experienced people here, Andrew, that he could stand in the gazebo as long as he's not standing in someone's way. But look, we've had nearly 25 minutes gone, but it's been a pretty decent game so far, considering the conditions.
Yeah, it's been a fairly even contest as the scrum goes down. How do you feel about that score on the screen, Bev?
Oh, well, I was trying to help out St John's quite a bit before, so why don't I help out Palmy this time?
Resorted back to his rugby league scoring.
Yeah, but that's 3 tries.
True.
I did ask if Josh McCabe was interested today, but he said he was a bit hungover from Wednesday night State of Origin.
I'm sure he's thrilled about you sharing that.
That's right, I'll send it to him if he's not watching.
St John's now with the scrum feed. And Stonepern puts it deep, and they'll come back for the penalty.
Yeah, I think that's gone against TJ Wallace, the loose head year 13. As I said, there's only one non-year 13 in this team from angling. And his brother, Logan Wallace, is actually playing with New Zealand under-20s. Big game coming up for them Tuesday morning, New Zealand time. 4 a.m. kickoff in the under-20 World Championship. They take on France in the semi-final.
It is a big game.
Still got a big couple of big 3 games of rugby this afternoon, this evening. Black Ferns Aussie at 4:30, the last official game the Black Ferns play before the World Cup in August. All Blacks France, and then of course the Australia-New Zealand Invitational 15 taking on the Lions 10 p.m. from Adelaide Oval.
Awesome work, Bev, as St John's through Riley Eagles, and he darts around the outside. Down inside the 22. St John's go again. Can they come away with some points this time? Their big men will go to work. This time through Kafusi. Eagles goes to the left this time. Another strong carry as they edge ever closer. It's a lot of work going in at the breakdown. Another penalty.
I think that might be the third of the game where they haven't rolled away in time. And Tyler's been pretty sharp on it and consistent.
Yes, there's been a number of penalties down here in this red zone for St John's. They'll be looking for some result to come of this. They'll try it through a line out this time. So in the hands of Ben Pardwell. I think the number 16's on the field for St John's. Jaden Smith, possibly. Yeah, it's a good throw in the line out, and they break away quickly off the side. A little set move there. And they'll go rumbling towards the line. It's got a little bit high in body position there. Oh, another penalty.
Yeah, double blast this time.
Number of penalties down in this zone.
No, just a warning.
So another tap and go here from St John's. And they're ever so close. Maybe a metre out. So they go again. Oh, it's close. Oh, lost.
And that ball's not going to be any less greasier. So it's just unlucky. And it's great play here by St John's. Okay, yes, as I said at the start of the broadcast, they are Central North Island reigning champions. But it's a younger side this season, and they have struggled. They've only won 2 games. They've competed in other games that they've lost. But they're showing some good fight out there.
Certainly are, yep. You'd expect against a very strong Palmerston North Boys High side. They're certainly in the contest here. There's Palmerston North boys now with the opportunity to clear out of their red zone. It's in the hands of, big charge down there. The ball lands loose. Who's going to get there?
Grounded by Palmy.
Oh,
I got a little sight in the group of players. The interesting thing is we've got a goal line dropout. One of the player that charged it down from Empire Concrete St John's actually fell over, and he tried to get back to his feet rather than try and reach out and ground it. There's no offsides in the end goal area, but that old rush of the blood and all that.
So Natai Cribb gets another opportunity to get out of there. He makes a fairly good drop kick down towards the 22, and here's another penalty against Palmy North.
Must credit Quinn Snowden's work behind camera today, Andrew. Another person that's let us down is Carter Van Helmond, who decided Australia was more important.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable what you've got to go through these days to find a good cameraman.
I know, those nephews of mine, I tell you.
So Parnwell again to throw. It's another good line out. This line out's been very good today for St John's. They've tried to sack it there and they've gone straight over the top. St John's, a couple of metres out now from the goal line again. They'll try to rumble it over for the third time. Comes away to Harper Mills, is it? With the ball. He's held up though. It's well defended here from Palmy North. And they've turned that one over.
Their goal line defence in this game's been impeccable. I reckon that's probably the third or fourth incursion into the end goal area. And St John's just haven't been able to score due to some good defence.
Yes, it's those little 1%ers, isn't it? Just not wanting to let the opposition score on your goal line, defending with all you got. And they've done a lot of it today. So another clearance opportunity for Palmy North boys. They've got to get the scrum stable first though.
Yeah, I'm just having a look at that field, and where that scrum's set is probably the worst.
Yeah, there's
a big brown patch, and that's where probably 20% of today's territory has actually been.
Been a lot of work down on that sort of left-hand side of the 5 metre zone.
So the scrum's centred.
In the hands of Henry Speedy for Palmerston North Boys High School. And he goes to his left this time. They're going to run it out this time. Good, strong carry. And there's a lot of work at the breakdown going on here. Oh, it's a low pass, but Natai Cribb does well. It's another good clearance from him. Back towards the halfway line in the hands of Korahiki Fiki. He spins it wide. It's caught on the bounce here by Rangatutia. Eagles at the base of the ruck now. Finds Tavanga, and it's lost in contact. And Palmerston North survive that period of stern defence deep inside their half.
Sorry folks, I am having a bit of a mare today with the scoreboard. Still 14-0 to Palmy boys.
The awarding effort points. Here we go now, on the halfway line, scrum time. Speedy finds his pivot man, Natai Cribb, who takes on the line. And turned over there.
Yeah, I think Kina Ahapeni's managed to get over the top of that. The tackler was somebody else, but he's just gone straight over, stayed on his feet, had all rights to it.
They weren't able to find touch on the far side though. So Palmerston North boot it deep down inside St John's College territory. And Korahiki Feki puts it straight down the centre. Oh, it's an awkward one for the prop back there. But it's well covered. And he's put a foot on the touchline. Oh no, it's an obstruction.
Yeah. Well, Palmerston North boys as Riley Eagles goes quickly.
So good quick take there from Eagles and up over the 10 metres line, but it's been ripped away in the tackle. As Palmerston North now going to attack down this left edge. It's well done there by the fullback. He's got to his feet. Steinmetz. Strong work from St John's. Walked over this one. And now a high tackle advantage for St John's College. In the hands of Ticklepenny, I think. Still going forward now, St John's. Up towards the 22 metre line. Palmerston North boys half. This one's left behind, but bounced fortuitously for Korahiki Feki. Good cover defence again from Palmy North though, and they've walked over it, but another penalty here. Have you got a count on these penalties, Bev?
No, I don't actually. My stats scoreboard was just going as good as
the actual scoreboard.
The actual scoreboard.
I'd say St John's are leading the penalty count, if I was guessing.
I'd guess 8-2. Is a rough ballpark.
Yes, it's certainly been a lot of penalties for St John's here today. As they throw again, Parnell finds his man. And it breaks away now. Here's Eagles at the base of the ruck. Finds Stone Perd. Oh, it's a bullet pass there to Tavaga, but it's been ripped away, but knocked on the strip, I think, here from Palmerston North, and that's half time.
What a great first half we've actually had. It's been a pretty even contest. But we're back shortly. Second half action coming up here at the Altar, the unofficial name of St John's College Hamilton.
Welcome back to the second half here in Kitty Hamilton, St John's College, as the start is underway from Palmerston North Boys High through Natai Crib. It's down inside the 22. And a little charge down here, but it's bounced into the hands of Korahiki Fiki for St John's, and they'll try and rumble it out of their danger zone. Oof, that's a challenging pick up there for, might be Penfold who cleared that, I think. It's a great clearance as well. Up into the over halfway. And they'll run it back through Robbie, I think, on that far side for Palmerston North boys. Just on the 22 here. There's a change there for Palmerston North in 21. Alex Pringle, according to my sheet, on at halfback. I can mainly tell because of the shininess of the jersey, Bev. It's the easiest way to tell a son.
Oh, absolutely.
Muddy conditions.
It's like Kofisa, you came on with a red headgear. I mean, as soon as we realised who it was, it's like, well, that goes in your memory bank, doesn't it?
Certainly does.
Although, in fairness to the substitutions, the right winger, Manaia Rudolph, the Year 12 student, clearly hasn't been tackled.
I didn't want to cast aspersions like that, Bev, but you're right, his jersey is quite shiny. And so it's a good little line-out move there for St John's into Palmerston North boys half again. They've had a lot of possession in this game. Riley Eagles is calling for the ball into the hands of Stonepern. Good little run around, but well picked up there by the winger Rudolph for Palmy, and then it's intercepted straight back by St John's, and now it's a bit of table tennis on as penalty for Palmy North. It's taken by Rudolph. He must have heard you talking about his jersey, as he's gone straight into contact there. Some mud on it.
Place where I don't want to be.
There's another penalty advantage here for Palmerston North. Natai Crib lets it fly to the left. The sun's coming out as well now, Bev. Just over the 10-metre line here now in St John's territory. Good contact, but well retained by Palmerston North. Pringle digs in. Oh, it's a good ball to the centre. Wadiata Anoka, but he couldn't quite hold on to it. It's a good pass though, beat the mid-rushing defence.
Well, something that Palmerston North boys have actually done really well today is use the ball. And actually that's what Alex talked about in the pre-match. The ability and to move it at pace. And they've actually scored both their tries by using the width of the field with their pace and passing. And I don't think either of those tries were scored by the player either juggling or having to grab it on their bootlaces.
Yes, their execution has been immaculate, really, at those key times, really, Bev. They haven't had a lot of the ball, really, in this game, but when they've had it, they've used it well. As Ollie Reid couldn't quite win that one, and it's a great little rush through by I think it's the 16.
Yeah, it's Jaden Smith.
Jaden Smith. And he's snaffled that one for St John's. And they'll work it away down the right-hand side. There's plenty of effort going in at the breakdown there from both sides. Oh, another big contact from Palmy North as it goes to Stonepern. He puts up the big up and under. It's well claimed at the back by Steinmetz. And the supporters got back really well there from Palmy North. I think that's another reserve player there. Might have been 17. Lokini. And the forward pass here.
Yeah, as he's passed, one of the St John's players in the tackles just kind of touched it and it's travelled forward that way. Yeah, that sun's really come out. It's quite nice.
Yeah, it's a beautiful.
You're still wearing what looks like a cardigan, though.
Yes, I've got my beanie on. I feel the cold, Bev.
No, well, that's a
I
strange
probably
place
shouldn't
to
live in
put a
Hamilton
cardigan.
with all the fog and dampness we suffer here, but
Oh, mate, try being on the Hauraki Plains. Next week, bringing to you Te Rapa taking on Kirrieoan from Morrinsville. Some famous brothers, I think, played for Kirrieoan Rugby Club back in the day. Oh, no, he's forgotten. I have too, actually.
famous brothers.
Yep, there's 4 of them.
Clarks?
Got it.
Just got there.
Dominant scrum from Palmerston North, but they've been penalised. The Loosehead has just dropped his bind there, which has forced the scrum to go down.
Well, a fortuitous penalty there for St John's, under pressure there. And another opportunity to go down to the opposition territory. The line-out's been pretty good today from St John's College, Parnwell. It's been his execution's been high.
I'd be surprised. A few times this season they've gone to the front, gone straight to the front and then back to Parnwell, and he's made about 20 metres, so see if that happens here. No.
Gone down the back, but it's one again, and it's knocked on in contact, or the man rushing through. So we'll have a scrum now for St John's.
I believe Thomas Kelly might be on for Palmerston North boys in his first 15 debut.
Awesome.
Big thanks to Dan, the manager, who actually flicked through all this information. It's great.
And he's the head boy, if I'm reading that right. Is that right?
No, Tristan Combs, Chambers, who's 19.
Apologies.
Yeah.
This player below in our scorebook. Apologies for the confusion. So, in fact, Palmerston North have fed this scrum.
I think it's a tight head.
Oh. And strong contact in centre field, though, as the ball comes away. St John's tries to rush at Palmerston North here. They try and find some structure here. It's in the hands of the number 3, Lungy. Strong carry there. As we go away down the left side, there's a lot of hands and feet going there. There's been a little knock on.
I do apologise, it was Palmerston North's feed in that last scrum. I looked at the side of the scrum they put the ball in, because it's usually put on the team's left or on the loose, and also looked back on the stream.
How did they feed that though? Because didn't the guy running through knock it off?
Well, that's what I thought too, but hey.
Alright, we'll leave that to the professionals. Above my pay grade. So St John's with another opportunity. They'd love to put some points on, I'm sure. Just outside the 22s. Riley Eagles feeds. It's another good, strong scrum though from Palmerston North boys. Stone Pern goes wide. Oh, it's on the bounce, but it's well picked up by the right winger, Runga Tutia. The defence from Palmerston North boys has been excellent today though. They really don't give a lot. Stripped away, but it's been knocked on again in the strip.
Yeah, I think just on that second grab at it, he's knocked it on there. Good to see Mark Meredith tuning in from the UK. It's amazing actually the reach you have on the live stream, Andrew. I believe there's someone, I do apologise, I was told earlier but I've forgotten who, tuning in from Thailand. I've also met somebody who was tuned in last year whose players, I think his son's Izzy Kamana for St. Peter's, and he was watching his son in the middle of nowhere in Indonesia.
Wow, that's the awesome thing about the things you do, Bev, with technology. Gives people anywhere in the world the opportunity to watch.
Ouch!
Big contact on Riley Eagles there, and St John's have lost that in contact.
Yeah, I was really unfortunate about that tackle that got put on Riley there. Quid's still laughing about it.
a lot of care for our halfbacks. Do all the hard work out there.
Although, to be fair, Quinn is a blindside flanker, so, you know.
Might be a forward versus back thing with them, potentially. Is a halfback a back, though, or are they, they're sort of part of the scrum?
Well, it's a bit like as a wicket-keeper, a fielder, to be honest. They're both the same in what they do and how they, their what's their behaviour, but maybe their personalities are similar. The chirpiness. Good catch, talking about wicket-keepers. I did that intentionally just to see if you were catching.
Yes, yep. I've dropped a few in my time, though. There's another good scrum win for Palmy North. And they put it on the boot, but Korahiki Feki's back there floating around.
Players in front, I think there was about 2 of them in front of the kicker. As Riley's actually given that off to someone I thought originally, and Palmerston North over the top. They win the penalty, and Verco's lost his lift plus.
I've lost my drink.
Sharpen up.
St John's have lost the ball. There's a lot going on here at the moment, Bev.
Yeah, no, they went straight over their Palmy, stayed on their feet, just like St John's College Empire Concrete have done a couple of times. That is some good spot kicking at the top of the top of his own team dugout, actually.
They're great, yeah, it's a great clearance. Right on top. As the sun comes out again from behind the clouds.
Again, or I was having this argument with myself though. Again, or still, as Palmy go off the top here, loose ball picked up on their laces on their own 10-metre line towards the halfway.
As they come away, it's another strong carry. Oh, there's a slight tip there in the tackle. Comes back for Ngatai Crib. They've lost a few metres there, Palmerston North boys, but well recycled. As Pringle leads his team away to the left. Strong defence from St John's College though. They've got some numbers to the right here now, into the hands of Ngatai Crib. It's been ripped away, but...
Yeah, I think Jack Brosnan, a little unlucky there on the timing. Tackle was called, and then he's ripped it pretty much just as the tackle's been called. But no, fair penalty for Palmerston North, as they've called a scrum on their own 10-metre line. Something you often see in women's rugby, but not often in men's.
Scrum from the penalty?
Inside your own half. You normally see that in men's, from the 22 or around the 22 onwards.
They've certainly got a very good scrum, don't they, Palmerston North boys?
Oh, they've got an excellent platform to use.
So I think it's a good option. I'd be using it to my advantage as well.
It's a 3-3 split as well. I think Ngatai Crib's out to the left there. Not too sure who's hanging out on the right-hand side for first receiver. Reminder, you can watch these games back, folks, even while you're watching the live stream. There'll be a highlights package posted to Bev's broadcasting official as the tight head gets penalised for St John's and New Plymouth go quickly.
Taken quickly there by Palazzo, the captain, and they've come away down the left-hand side. They put a little kick in behind, but again, it's well covered, I think, by the number 6, was it?
No, 15.
Oh, I was going to say, had to be Korahiki Feki, but threw me off with your fingers. Palmerston North have turned it over. Again, it's one of their few opportunities down in the attacking zone of St John's. They've got another penalty here.
Yeah, one of the St John's Empire Concrete players has just gone off their feet there.
Looks like they're going to boot it out in the corner here. Ngatai Crib pops it into the left-hand corner. They'll use their line-out set piece here. See what they can come up with. There's another replacement on there at the back there. Is it 20, Bev?
Yes.
My eyesight is not the best. And that is Jonty Skirman.
is taken down in the air. The penalty count just starting to go. Not starting to. It has been the way of Palmerston North, like it was for St John's in the first half.
Yes, they've certainly had a little bit more ball early in the second half. They didn't have a lot in the first half, Palmerston North. They go short at the front this time. They're going to build a little more rumble here. Got some good. Go forward.
Big sack by St John's though.
Well defended by St John's. So it comes out to the back line now. I think that's Natai Crib into contact. They will try and drive around the outside. Oh, good drive there from Palmerston North. There's not a lot of people at the breakdown though. St John's not able to walk over it. Still with Palmerston North. A little bit high in position there though. He's struggled to get this one down.
Held up.
It's a little bit high into contact there. So they were always going to struggle to get that down. Looks like we're going back for a scrum rather than a line dropout.
Okay, so it'll have to be unplayable then, won't it? Because if it was on the line or over, it would have been a goal line dropout.
Correct,
Andrew?
yep. And so, it must have been short of the line. I think Tyler might be just explaining that to St John's now. So Palmerston North to feed this scrum. Not the worst result for them.
Yeah, well, next week they go to Rotorua in the Super 8. They're home to Rotorua Boys High on the 19th, Saturday the 19th, and then their last round robin game is against Napier Boys, also at home, but Wednesday the 23rd.
So how on the back off comes Palazzo, the captain.
Harper Mills with a really good tackle there.
Still in the hands of Palmerston North though, as they're probably only a metre out from the goal line now. They're looking to rumble over. Another good tackle from St John's. Can they find the man on the outside? The big outside ball to Rudolph. And is he too strong to get over? No, well tackled in the right hand corner. And I'm just obscured there, Bev, but a player has snuck around the outside and scored.
Quinn, have you got a number there for us? I don't. No? Okay, we'll have to have a look at the replay. But no, some great pressure from Palmerston North. And they deserve that 5-pointer for how much possession they have had in the second half.
I think it was the number 12 I'm locking in. Eric Miller for Palmy North.
Oh, well, you two agree, so we'll go with 12, Eric Miller.
Well, he's getting the credit, whether it's rightly or wrongly, but I'm pretty sure he's come back with a big spludge of mud on his right shoulder, so it's earned him the try, I reckon.
And again, as I said, at the start of the second half, they scored their tries from using the width of the field. Rudolph, unlucky, kind of got a little bit tripped up by himself, as well as a good tackle that came in. So have a look at this replay. And away to the left. And yeah, just some good ball. We're blocked by a couple of people there. And they're looking to move the ball to the left. And Quinn got sold too by that dummy. Miller has gone to the right. Good to have you, Scott Douglas, tuning in. Thanks for the, I'm assuming entertaining call is a compliment.
We'll take all the compliments we can get. Thank you, Scott. I think William Bothway is on in back play. We've just got the word from Quinn. As Palmerston North now, downside their 22, and they're going to try and run it from the back line. They've found Rudolph on the outside. He's got the wheels, he's away. There's numbers on the inside if he can link. Oh, he doesn't. He just goes all the way. And he'll score this time, the right winger. Great solo effort.
Oh, it's a great break from Rudolph. Unfortunately, Jaden Smith got tripped up. There's calls of players from spectators, but it was actually friendly fire almost. There was no intention of being tripped up. And a great 5-pointer again from Palmy.
Yes, great work, Bev, from Palmerston North Boys High,
Here's
showing
the
their class.
replay here, and as I said, just some good ball movement away. And it was just that last class, the left winger for St John's Empire Concrete had actually come up, it had actually dropped back off his line, expecting the kick as the conversion's away to the left, and that's where that break came from.
Yes, they just had that overlap, didn't they? And he was denied only a few seconds earlier, wasn't he, Rudolph? Benai Rudolph. In the right corner. Well, this time he went the length of the field and a couple of side steps.
If you do like your sport, folks, give me a like, give me a subscribe on YouTube, where I do a lot of my work. Bev's Broadcasting Official on Facebook page. Yeah, a lot of community work that I do.
So Palmerston North boys now really going to work here. Could be an exciting last 15 minutes or so. And they go down the left-hand side this time. Some good turn of pace. And an inside ball. Oh, he couldn't quite find the number 21. It was the replacement halfback, I think, Alex Pringle. And in the hands of St John's now. About 30 metres out from their own goal line. There's Kuralala, I think that might be. Takes it into contact. It's a big pass back to Korahiki Feki. Puts it on the boot. Comes Steinmetz. He claims it for Palmerston North. Up over the halfway line. Just inside St John's territory. It's another phase play here as Artwai Crib skips around the outside. Some good defence this time from St John's though. Push them back a couple of metres. Go out to the big pass out to the left, and it's come off the ankle.
Probably the first wide out pass at the thrown that's gone away.
Yeah, difficult one to pick up. Just shanked off the ankle, but into touch. So St John's now.
Yeah, they have the bye next Saturday on the 19th, their last round robin game. This is possibly actually the last home game for some of these boys. But the last away game is against St Paul's Collegiate. That won't be live streamed, unfortunately.
It's been ripped away here, knocked on in contact by St John's. Palmy boys rushing to get there. Oh, good work at the breakdown here from St John's, but they'll come back for the knock on. No advantage, says referee Wright. You can't be wrong if you're right, Bev.
Oh, exactly. No, he's had a pretty decent game out there. If you look, folks, we know we need more referees. No abusive referees should be condoned, as some substitutions are being run on. Get in touch with your local club or local provincial union. Contact for Auckland is Anthony Petrie. I was going to say Andrew Bow because I normally go with Waikato there. Andrew Bow at Waikato, Liam Sargent with Counties, Thames Valley is Wayne Berry. Get in touch with me even, and I'll put you in the right place. And just because the season is ending technically, look, we've still got 7 games coming up. There's never a bad time to start as a referee, is there,
There's
Andrew?
still a lot of high school rugby to go, Bev, in the lower grades.
Yeah, only a month though, really?
Yes,
Yeah.
you know, it'd be 4 or 6 weeks though. It's a good opportunity to get
Get your
started
teeth.
this year and get blooded, and you'll be raring to go for next year or for 7 season. As Pringle feeds it for Palmerston North. Jaw, boy, their scrum's been good today, hasn't it, Bev?
Dominant start to finish.
Good go forward ball as Nasway Crib darts through the line, offloads. He's had a strong game too, the pivot for Palmerston North boys. It's getting hard to see the numbers, I must confess, Bev. It's the mud on the players. It's been a muddy affair. I know who that is though, that's Benai Rudolph. He's going to try and run round the outside again. He beats the first one. Little chip over the top. Oh, well covered though by Riley Eagles, getting back to save the day.
Put in a very decent kick there too. Isn't made too many metres, but boy, he was under some pressure.
He's well covered. Good clean up work from the halfback. But another good attacking opportunity for Palmerston North Boys High School. The number 16 will throw into the line-out. That is Wills Madden.
Not a bad last name for a thrower, is there? Madden?
Could be related, do you think, to John Madden?
No, be a stretch.
Be a stretch. But he's pretty good at what he does. He's found his man there. And a big drive. Oh, it's well done. Great work from Palmerston North Boys High. Excellent law knowledge there from the player there. He's coming up. I see him. He's high-fiving. It's good. It's good law knowledge.
Well, here's the replay, and look, there's a few people asking as well as Quinn himself, and you can explain that as the conversions off the posts there, Andrew, why that was allowed.
So I'm not sure if we've got the replay up, have we? No,
it did. We did.
The reason why that's an excellent try and great law knowledge is because I think it was Ollie Reid there in the front. He claimed the ball. Now, the reason why it's not an obstruction is because he held the ball as the catcher in the front. It's only an obstruction if it's passed to the back of the line out.
So it's Empire Concrete St John's right to contest that more.
Well, they don't have. It's not a ball yet. They could just tackle the number 4. That's what they needed to do. But they didn't engage, and he just strolled his way backwards to the line. So great work by Ollie Reid. As Palmerston North now have a ball, and they've got a bit of a roll on here now. They're going to go use their back man out to the right again. This time it's might have been stolen in contact there. Yeah, it was. Some pressure there put on the number 7 for Palmy.
Yeah, Palmerston North boys just showing their experience and why they're leading the Super 8 at the moment. They've beaten Hamilton boys, they've beaten Tauranga boys. You know, that Super 8 competition's not weak. So to be undefeated after 5 games, you must have a pretty decent team. And also, you know, they're playing with a squad of 23 today. So,
you know, I think we've seen today the quality that they bring, Bev. Palmerston North Boys High. Their execution, you know, where they have the ball is very high. They make very few errors in that area. And they've scored some nice tries today. They're not the most friendly conditions, really, for running rugby.
Yeah, shout out to Kate, who came over from Australia to watch her son Cole play. Unfortunately, Cole was rubbed out early this morning due to sickness, I believe. He was down to play number 11. But I'm sure catching up with her son, she wouldn't mind either way.
So the scrum is won here by St John's. Looks like Angus Spellman's back on the field.
That one might make the highlights.
For St John's. And a good break down the right hand side. Oh, it's well dragged in there by Jack Brosnan. And good quick ball here. Now these big numbers to the left. Big strong carry there. Into contact. I think that's a replacement player. Might be Batuna, maybe. And it's been turned over by Palmerston North Boys High.
Yeah, not releasing, but also a couple of the St John's Empire Concrete players have gone off their feet as well. So a couple of things that they could have gone for. But strangely enough, Andrew, they did it once, they'll do it twice. They're going to go for a scrum And this one's probably about 15 metres out from halfway. As you said though, they've dominated from start to finish in the forward pack.
Yes, they've had a very
But
strong scrum
I
today.
think St John's Empire Concrete wouldn't be too disappointed with the way they've played today.
Yeah, they've certainly been in the contest, haven't they? And probably a lot of, they haven't come away with any points yet, but you'd probably say that's largely because of the defence from Palmerston North boys. You know,
Yeah, well, as I said, I think there's been about 4 times St John's have either got over the line or, a metre or so out. But that defence.
they've just been unwilling to give anything today, Palmerston North Boys High School. And now free kick,
Early push.
and away they go. And it's into the hands of a replacement player, and he shuffles it on to Benai Rudolph. Another good, strong carry from him. And looks like this has been turned over here. And it certainly has, yep.
Not releasing as well. But that's probably one of the strong points St John's Empire Concrete have had today. They've been able to drive over the ball and forced a couple of turnovers. And to match that, it's a very good clearance kick.
Yeah, they can take a lot of heart from this game, I think. They've certainly played well, haven't they? There's perhaps an opportunity to put some points on here.
I sound a bit distant because I'm trying not to be Mary Poppins and fly away with the gazebo. Although it was more of an umbrella, but...
I'd pay $5 to see you fly away with the
Only
gazebo.
5?
It would be quite the sight. As Parnell throws in for St John's. Does that little short number, but there's a miscommunication. And it's a great run upfield by, might be Ollie Reid, was it? It was Ollie Reid, the try scorer.
Yeah, it's been knocked on and then knocked on. It's been knocked on from both ways there, Andrew. As Tyler's just explaining it to them. Which is actually quite good because I thought with the amount of players that was in front of him, he might have missed the Palmerston North knock on. Which, as you know, it's all about being in the right place at the right time as a referee.
Yeah,
and sometimes you miss those things.
Doesn't have any assistants here today, ones with comms kits on, so every decision is his. It's come out the tunnel this time, so we'll reset this one. Another strong push though from Palmerston North Boys High.
I think St John's have just asked if we can move it infield a little bit more, which might be a bit of gamesmanship as well because it's definitely towards the sideline that Palmy were trying to turn it.
Yeah, it's quite nice having the scrum this close. I can actually see the numbers there. Look at Harper Mills's shirt.
You wouldn't have a clue what number he was.
It really looks like he's wearing a shirt because it's just changed to the colour of mud.
Shows what a sort of a player he is and why he's captain. Another early push.
Heavily involved today, as always. And another free kick option here for Palmy North.
Can't go with a scrum though anymore.
Cannot, that's true. It's going to have to be a big up and under or a little tap and go. What's Alex Pringle going to do here? Considering his options and marshalling the troops. It's in the hands of, I think, Lockheedy there. The hands of Nartoy Crin. A little short ball option there to the number 8 and captain Palazzo. They go to the left. Oh, a little tricky number. Oh, towed ahead here from St John's. Who's got the wheels to win this one? Looks like Robbie's got back there and forced that one.
Well, unfortunately, as soon as the Palmy boys turned, there was only a race between the two of them. St John's, they did, to their credit, did give a good chase. Those Palmy boys were just a bit too quick on the wheels there.
Yeah, it was the right men for Palmerston North there that were in the range of that one with their 2 speedsters. Robbie and Steinmetz, I think, was the other one. That might be Brosnan, maybe. It's caught that over on the far side. There's a little knock on at the base there.
Yeah, just that second go at it.
And they're getting a scrum here. No, is he going to change his arm? Maybe. No, I'm not sure what's happening here. There we go.
There we go. It's finally got to the Palmerston North.
So we'll have a Palmerston North feed to the scrum.
We only say that because it was quite clearly St John's who knocked it on.
I was going to struggle to defend that one from the commentary, what?
Now, I can't give the answer till afterwards, Andrew, but how many live streams on YouTube do you reckon I've done? I haven't always live streamed on YouTube.
What year did you start on YouTube?
I did a few at the start and I do most of my work now, so I've done probably 3 years on YouTube.
Jeepers.
Events, not matches. Quinn, any ideas? No?
75.
Not even close.
375.
No, I think this is 147.
Okay, wow.
And that's events, not games, because I've done a lot of things where there's multiple games on.
Sure, yeah. As Palmerston North with the scrum, and they're going to go for the goal line, and there's a nice clean set of heels showing there. Oh, good outside man. Steinmetz now, he'll have too much pace. And Steinmetz will run away, score underneath the dot there for Palmerston North Boys High.
Just some great wheels again, Andrew. Unfortunate that this game has gone away from St John's because they were in it for at least half of this match, but Palmerston North just showing again why they're probably one of the best teams in the world, in the country.
Well, they've certainly shown too much class in the second half, haven't they, Bev? Their try scoring and the execution has been top notch, and that brings us to the end, full time, here at St John's College, Hamilton.
At the altar, the unofficial name. Yeah, and hey, look, as I said, as we've both said, dominant display here from Palmy, and showing why they're leading the Super 8 competition. But hey, look, they've got Rotorua next Saturday at home, followed by another home match, Napier Boys on Wednesday the 23rd. Both of those games, I'm sure, Māori TV, they do have a new name that I haven't got my tongue around just yet, on YouTube. So best of luck for them. St John's, they've got next Sunday off before they go and take on St Paul's Collegiate at St Paul's.
Very good, Bev. Excellent to be with you again, and a nice game of rugby. Valentin defeat St John's College, but Palmerston North boys were very strong here today. Scored some good tries, and what more can you say?
Other than, thanks very much to Quinn, who's done camera for us today. His first game behind it, although I'm sure he'd rather be playing. So, all right. Look, folks, as I said, you can watch these games back. The highlights posted to Bev's Broadcasting official Facebook page in coming days. I've got yesterday's game to get through as well. That St Paul's game unfortunately won't be live streamed the next 2 weeks. I'm at Te Rapa as they take on Kirione and Frankton.